5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic TV Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show right here on
Magic TV.
Now you can see he's dressed in his performance gear. That's because we are going to be filming a very quick review show today.
That is.
It's
You
not
always
mine.
wear that.
That's not my performance gear, but it's my sitting around gear. We've got an illusion show, haven't we, later on today? A big illusion show that we've got to go to the office and prep for. We're going to be blazing through this review show. But even though we're blazing, we're still reviewing 5 tricks.
Yeah.
We're blazing, but we're giving content.
Yeah, 5.
5 tricks. And one of
Should've just
them
done 4.
is terrible.
2.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Anyway, we're going to start off with one of the most highly anticipated tricks. We've been having people ask us to review this since it first came out about a month and a half, 2 months ago. We've finally got around to reviewing it. So let's start off by looking at Colour Match by Anverdi. Okay, so what we have here is we have Colour Match by Anverdi. And this is Murphy's Magic version of Colour Match. I'm not getting into the history. I'm not getting into the controversy. That's something I'm not going to do. You know, there's people that swear by Pro Mystic, and that's fine. I like Craig Filicetti, and I like the Pro Mystic products. I think they're great. Anverdi actually do have the rights to produce, Murphy's do have the rights to produce Anverdi items, and this is an Anverdi item. I don't think they're doing anything wrong by bringing this out. Now, Murphy's have made a big claim here and saying it's better than any version of Colour Match before. And what they're saying is special is written on the side of the box. No special cup needed, no full signals, use up to 6 pens, online instructions, multi-transmitter. Now, before we start, I should point out that you've been doing a version of Colour Match since you were 5 years old, haven't you? There's videos out there of you doing shows on stage and doing Colour Match on stage with the Pro Mystic Colour Match when you were like knee-high to a grasshopper. And you've always done this, and you have had problems with the original Pro Mystic.
It proper messed me up once.
You want to tell them? It proper messed you up?
Yeah, so I was doing the old version. I forgot, I don't know what it's called.
It's called Colour Match as well, yeah?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what type. So I was doing Colour Match on stage.
And you were doing the classic one where you pull your clothes off at the end, yeah?
Off. So I was doing that one, and it never gave me a signal when he picked the pen up.
No.
So I told him to put it back in and then take it back out again. And I was like, what? And I just said, do it. It still didn't give me the signal. I'm like, do it again. It still wouldn't, so I had to do it at least like 3 times.
You had to do it 3 times?
Yeah.
And then you got the signal, didn't you?
And then I eventually got the signal.
And that kind of put you off for a bit, doing that trick, didn't you? You're like, I don't want to get messed around. And you're not the only person that said that to me. I've done Colour Match for years. I've had a similar problem. With this, there's no special cup because you do need a special cup with the original version.
Yeah.
And what happens is when they take the pen out, it's that's what activates the transmitter. But in this case, this is different, isn't it? There's no cup needed. I mean, you can use a cup. You've been using this in your shows.
Yeah, I just use a normal plastic cup that everyone can examine afterwards.
And you don't even have them in the cup to begin with, do you? You just have them lying flat on the table, and then you just pick them up and you put them in the cup.
Yeah, you don't have to have a cup. He even said on the tutorial, you can have it lying flat, you can have it in the spectator's pocket, which is what the performance that we're going to do now.
Yeah, so it's way more practical for close-up, in my opinion, because you can just literally take the pens out of your pocket, put them on the table. The beautiful thing is, obviously everybody knows this is electronics, the beautiful thing is when you take the pen, when you have the pen stored in your top pocket or whatever, upside down, they automatically go off. When you put them down on the table
and leave them
for 5 seconds, they automatically switch on.
Yeah, when you have them upside down for 5 seconds, it turns off as well.
Which is just brilliant. And how it works is it's not based on magnets or anything like that. It's based on them picking it up. And you can change how sensitive it is. So you can literally have it so that it goes off as soon as you pick it up, can't you? And also the other feature in there is once they've picked a pen up, you won't get the reading off that pen again until you reset it, will you?
Yeah, which it's easy to reset. You just need to do something with the remote control. You can easily do it. You just need to.
And you just have it clipped to your belt.
I'll just have it clipped to my trouser pocket. Yeah.
But you do get a little thing that you can strap it to your leg or strap it to your arm.
Yeah, strap it to your arm. It is. Yeah.
Cool.
Arm strap.
Well, let's have a look at a performance because one of the big things about this is the different routines that are in there. So let's have a look at a performance. This is called, what's this trick called?
Colour Match.
No, the particular routine that you're about to see.
Which hand?
Which hand. So let's have a look at which hand performance, which is very different to what most people think of when they think of Colour Match routines. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the product.
Yeah. Okay, so here I have my prediction, and I have 2 pens.
Okay.
Now I'm going to look away, and you're going to take a pen, and you're going to put it behind your back or under the table.
Okay.
Okay, so
You're looking away?
Yeah, I'm going to look away.
Okay. Okay, got it?
Okay, now if it's yellow, I want you to pretend you're watching TV. If it's red, I want you to let's go, pretend you're playing football.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, I'm thinking.
So you're thinking you're watching a movie, aren't you?
Yes, I am watching
So
TV.
that means it's yellow, isn't it?
Yes, it is yellow. Yes, it is.
How cool is that?
Okay,
We're going to do it again. We're going to do this 3 times. We've done it once. We've got 2 more times to go.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do this again. Yeah, I'm going to turn around. Take a colour.
Okay. Got it.
If it's yellow, you're watching Ghostbusters. If it's red, you're watching Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Okay? You've got dinosaurs, haven't you? Which means you're telling me you're watching Jurassic Park, aren't you?
I am watching Jurassic Park. Yes, that's
Yes.
so cool.
Okay, like we're going to do this one more time, okay?
One more time.
One more time. I'm going to turn around. This is the last time now. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. If it's yellow, I want you to pretend you're eating a pizza.
Okay.
If it's red, you're eating a hot dog.
Okay.
Okay, so you are eating a pizza, aren't you?
Yes, I am eating a pizza, Ryland. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Look, you are eating a pizza. You are holding yellow then.
Yeah, that's
Yellow,
right.
red, yellow. But this prediction has been here the whole time. No one's opened it. And it says, watching TV, Jurassic Park, and pizza.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's cool.
That's one of the best routines I've ever seen.
Thanks.
Now, that was Witch Hand, and full disclosure here, I actually put a whole bunch of routines on this project.
And that's one of your things.
Yeah.
That's one of your routines.
Well, it's based on the Colin Cloud routine, and rather than doing it as a witch hand thing, you're doing it as a couple of pens. And when I do it in the real world, I have 5 pens in my top pocket, and I have them pick any 2 of them, and then I do that routine with 2 pens, and it really goes down really well.
Yeah.
And the routines that I actually contributed to this project, because I got this like months before it was on the market. Like I've been working this for a long time, so have you.
Yeah.
I concentrated on putting routines together that didn't involve colouring in, because I wanted to get away from that whole thing.
My main routine of doing this is the colouring in.
Your main routine is the colouring in, and then you've got the prediction, and then you take your clothes off. That's what you do on stage.
Yeah.
And you switched this. We've still got the Pro Mystic one, but you actually use this now. We've both got one of these, haven't we? I've got one. You've got one.
I don't even know what the Pro Mystic one is.
No, this is just so much better on so many different levels. And I've got nothing against Craig. I love Craig to bits, but I have to be honest. This is so much better on so many different levels. We've both got one, and now you do this close up. That routine that you just saw Ryland do. You do that close up, don't you?
Yeah.
You have little cards. He's not got the prediction written down. It's normally like a picture on a card, and he puts that down on the table before it begins. And yeah, a lot of the routines that I contributed on there don't involve having things coloured in. So there's an any card at any number on there randomly. There's this whole stage presentation, which is all based around staging a murder mystery like Cluedo, but on stage. But then there's a whole bunch of other routines by some amazing creators of magic.
Yeah.
Like Murphys have gone all out. It's a 3-hour tutorial, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a 3-hour tutorial, and only half an hour is on the technical side of things. Now, when you get the pens, obviously this is, you see this with the Anverdi range. Very, very, very nice. And the pens stay in there, the charging cable stays in there, and the arm strap stays in there. Everything's in there. It's very, very easy to change the pen's ink if the ink needs changing.
Yeah, you just need a pair of pliers. You just pull the ink thing out and get a pair. It does I think it's crayoners, I don't know, and they're things that you can buy, and you can just take the ink out of that one and put it in the other.
Yeah, exactly. So this is great. I mean, since we've been using this for the last few months now, we've never had an issue with a false reading. We've never had an issue with any problems. We had
only when I didn't understand what was going on, and I had to because obviously the pens weren't in sync, so I had to put them in sync.
Yeah, but that was when you first got yours.
Yeah, that was when I first got mine.
But since
So
since
it's not
syncing,
a problem. It's what you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, but since syncing you up,
because our remote control wasn't working, so we used the old remote control and synced these pens into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because for some reason that remote control wasn't working.
Although now we've got it working again.
Yeah, now we have. Just needed charging.
It just needed charging, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is incredible. We've never had a problem with it. It's reliable. I think that's the most important point. You stopped doing this routine in your stage show for a while.
Yeah, because of what happened.
And now, since getting this, you're more than happy to do it again.
Yeah.
We even came up with a version for a while where we were doing a 2-person queuing system. And in our 2-person show, we were doing it without actually using the pen.
So we had the colours. Red was right. You don't mind exposing this, but this is our routine.
Yeah. So, well, it's just a simple code, isn't it?
It's just a simple code. You have the colours. Red is right. So like right, she's got the colour. Then
so I was holding the pens, and he was blindfolded at the front, and I was just like being his assistant, and I was like, he was saying to the woman, "Take a pen." I'm like, "Brilliant."
Yeah, brilliant is blue. That's the one I was just about to say. Then green is great.
Yellow
purple is perfect, and yellow is yep.
Yeah, exactly. It was a really great way to do it, but obviously you couldn't do that in your own show. But now, ever since that he's had Colour Match, this has gone back into his show. This is incredible. I'm giving this 150%. It's brilliant. You're doing this close-up now as well, aren't you? I mean, we're doing it close-up. We're doing it on stage.
Yeah.
There's a load of routines for close-up performers. The original Colour Match didn't really have many routines in it.
It was just stage.
This has got so many different close-up routines.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many. And the card at any number, have a look at that, because I think you'll really love the method if you do it. But yeah, I'm going to give this 150%. What about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
150%?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on with the next trick.
Yeah.
So next up, we have another P3 item. This is Roddy McGhie, one of your favourite magicians.
Yeah.
Xerox. And as per normal with P3 and Roddy, the packaging is brilliant. And the trick is just very creative and completely bonkers, which is what you expect with Roddy McGhie. You can't. I'd be very disappointed if he just brings out a normal packet trick one day. Everything that Roddy brings out is just weird, and this is no exception. It is, in essence, a very simple printing effect, but what makes it special is the fact that you've got this almost weird special effect, so that when the card prints, you get this flash of light. And it's very well routined as to how that actually happens. I'm not going to say anything more. I'm going to do a performance of it so you can see exactly what it looks like, and then we'll talk about what we think.
Yeah.
So, Ryland, did you know that a lot of packs of cards have magic photocopies in them?
No.
You didn't realise that?
No.
You need special photographic paper like this, and then you can actually photograph cards. Shall I show you what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got a pack of cards here.
Yeah.
I will give them a bit of a shuffle.
Yeah.
Mix them up just to make sure they're all mixed up. Now you're going to think of a card, okay?
Yeah.
So I'll riffle down the deck. Just say stop.
Stop.
Okay, can you look at that card for me? I'm just going to leave it for you and you alone.
Yeah, got it.
You got it? And look, I'm going to leave it down in the middle of the deck. Is that fair? That's pretty fair, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in the middle. So now we're going to have another card picked, and this is the one that we're actually going to photocopy, okay? And there's 52 cards. Say stop.
Stop.
If we get the same one as the card that you're thinking of, we'll use a different card, okay? So we have the 10 of spades. Is that the same card or is that different?
Different.
Good stuff. So we've got the 10 of spades, and then we've got this special photographic paper here. Now I want you to watch, because this is crazy. So we have photographic paper, and what it is basically, in essence, is it's just blank card. These are what cards look like before they're printed. This is you have to get these from the playing card company. This is very difficult card paper to get, but you can use this stuff, and using it, you can actually make a photocopy. Would you like to see how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we take one of the pieces of paper, this piece of paper, and you pick the 10 of spades, right? Yeah. All I have to do is just take it over the 10 of spades. Did you see the flash of light? Yeah. That flash of light means that I actually printed a 10 of spades, which is the card that you picked. Pretty crazy, right? Now, if you want to, you can actually print a back. Now, to print a back, what we have to do is take the 10 of spades, put it there, and we take your 10 of spades, the one with no back, and I just do this. Did you see the light?
No,
that tells us that we've now got a back as well. So we've now got a back and we've got a front. How crazy is that?
That's cool.
It's pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. I tell you what, we're going to try one more thing. One last thing. Now, you actually, earlier on, you thought of a card. Can you remember it? Yeah. Put your hand out for me. I'm going to put your hand right there. Can you remember the card? Concentrate on the card. I'm going to try and do some psychic photocopying now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Did you see the lights? What was the card that you thought of?
The 3 of hearts.
If this was now the 3 of hearts, that'd be good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a double exposure. Sorry. I got both the 10 and the 3 on the same card. Oh, well, it didn't go as I thought, but it's still a pretty cool trick.
Yeah.
So that's the performance. Now, it's really practical, isn't it? Like, really super practical. It's an instant reset. You put them away in your pocket. You're ready to go again. Obviously, if you're performing in really well-lit conditions, like outside in a festival in the summer, that light they're not going to be able to see very well. You need to be kind of inside, or you need to be in a restaurant, or, you know, some sort of setting where it's slightly low light. Yeah, it's in the rain, so slightly low light, but that's the only consideration. Everything else, super practical. You don't need a table if you want to, if you don't want to.
Like, we've got loads of lights in here, and you can clearly see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
it's there's a top change that you have to do in there, but
top changes are easy.
Yeah, they are easy, but Roddy has a handling that doesn't use the top change in case you don't want to do one, because sometimes some people find it not easy. So there is a handling in there that makes it almost self-working.
Yeah.
And the routine is very clear. It's like, think of a card, pick a card. I'm going to print that card. Boom, flash of light. I'm going to print the back. Boom, flash of light. Oh, and by the way, now I've got a double exposure. And it's so cool. And it's instantly reset and you're ready to go again. I love this. I've just checked, by the way, you don't get refills for that double exposure card. I would suggest to Penguin, if they're listening to this, start selling refills for Zerox, because I would buy a refill pack of that double exposure card and give it out to a spectator. I think that's a really nice giveaway.
Oh, that's sad.
I
asked after the performance.
Yeah, you only get one of them, but
only one as well.
You only get one, yeah. But I mean, you know, it's fine. You know, but it'd be better if there were refills. But the trick itself, I was a bit concerned when I started playing with it. Would people realise where the lights sort of kept? But they don't. It just, because the light actually happens away from where it's actually coming from. Yeah. It almost looked like the first time you saw it, you were like, what the hell? Weren't you? Like, what? You just didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, I saw it on the tutorial and I'm like, what?
But even when I showed it you first, you were like, what? I really like this. I love... Paul Harris would call this a moment of strange, and that's what this is. I just think this takes a printing effect to the next level. And the gimmick that you actually get included with this, you could apply this to your own routine. So let's say you were doing something like Call of the Wild from John Bannon, which is a load of blank cards and you're printing aces and so on and so forth. You could use this same thing with Call of the Wild, and you could just have the packet trick wallet set up for the gimmick, because the gimmick can move from where it is to wherever you want it to be without giving too much away. It's repositionable, which is good. I really like this. I'm definitely going to be doing this. It takes no pocket space. It's just a little packet trick wallet, or Roddy suggests putting them in a little see-through bag. Everything's, you know, you can palm off the gimmick and have everything examinable, or you can just put them back inside the bag and have it reset instantly. Yeah, I love it. I'm going to give it 99%. What about you?
97.
97. Is it going to on Instagram as well?
Yeah.
Boom. 97% from Ryland, 99% from me. This is really good. Another winner. Is Roddy McGhie ever going to do a bad trick? I don't think he is. Of course, talking about bad tricks, let's have a look at this. So next up, we have Ghost Coin by Andrew. Andrew presents Ghost Coin. And the packaging is quite nice and it's quite interesting. It says coin vanish, show both sides, appear anywhere. And what it is, it's a gimmick that allows you to make a coin disappear, make a coin go through a card, and show both sides of the card after the effects. And I'm going to, right, okay, before we show you the performance of this, I have to tell you that this was quite a tough one to do. The problem with this gimmick... 50 takes. It felt like 50 takes.
No,
the thing is, this is not reliable. Now, I've spent the last week working with this. I don't just pick stuff up and play around with it and go and perform it. I only perform it when I think it's ready. And I've spent the last week working with this. Like, I've had it sitting next to me at my office, and I'm constantly playing around with the gimmick. And the issue is, it's not reliable at all. No. Like, at all. What you're about to see, I'm going to do a performance of this for you now, where it works. Eventually. Yeah, let's have a look at that performance, because I'm also going to show you another performance in a second. But let's have a look at a performance of me performing Ghost Coin. Ryland, I've got a Jack of Diamonds. Yeah. I also have a coin in the glass. Check the coin, check the glass. Actually, just check the coin. I can't be bothered with checking the glass. Is the coin okay?
Yeah.
Watch this. It goes right here. 1, 2, 3. Look at that.
Went too
It
high.
goes right through the card into the glass. That is, I can't believe I did it. That's magic. Oh my gosh. Finally, what was that, 20 takes? Maybe 25?
About 50.
Very reliable prop.
Does it matter that he did?
Okay, so that was a performance of Ghost Coin. I've got to be honest. That, like Ryland said, that took about 50 takes. Like, it took about 50 takes. And it's not because I was doing it badly. The gimmick, literally every single time, wasn't working as it was meant to. And it's not like it's self-working, really. It's not like I was doing anything wrong. It's not like I've put the time and effort into this. It's just very, very, very unreliable. Here's a montage of me trying to do this over and over again and failing miserably every time.
And this is after about deleting loads of tapes.
Oh yeah, we
And then
deleted loads.
We
as it
deleted
was.
loads, and then we just gave up and just said, no, we're not going to delete it anymore.
Yeah, let's have a look at this. Over and over again. Failing miserably. It's just rubbish. Right, okay.
Why?
I don't know. So what it is, there you go. I mean, that just tells you how unreliable this is. But even if it was reliable, it's not the greatest trick in the world.
Yeah.
What you have here is you have a card and you put a coin on it, and then the coin will visibly vanish, and you can show both sides of the card, which is quite nice. But the problem with that is, A, there's a million different ways to make a coin disappear. You don't need a card. If I wanted to achieve this same sort of thing, I could do a false transfer, put a card. Get me a normal card. Oh, we haven't got a coin, have we? Have we got a card coin? Oh, we have. Like, you could achieve this same thing just by doing a false transfer, dropping the card on top, and then literally just snapping and showing the coin's gone. You don't need, or you could do a heel clip. So you could literally show the card, the coin's in the hand, do a heel clip steal, show the card again, drop the card on top, and when you do it, vanishes. Like, there's so many different ways. Thanks, guys. There's so many different ways you could do this if you wanted to use a coin to make use a card to make a coin disappear. You don't need a big gimmick. Yes, this makes it a little bit more visual, but that means that there's heat on the card. If you put a coin on a card and go boom, and the coin vanishes, well, immediately they're going to want to look at that card, and they can't, because the card looks like nothing on God's green earth. If you look at it close up, you can see exactly what's going on, and it also feels really thick and weird, doesn't it? It like feels really weird. He's looking at it right now. So it feels really weird. It looks really weird. So you have this moment where you put a coin on a card and you go, look, it's vanished. But now you can't hand the coin out the card out for examination. So that leaves you with the other effect, which is making the coin penetrate either through a glass or through into somebody's cupped hands. Which again, the problem with that, simply put, is it's the big problem is when it goes through the card, people are going to want to look at the card. And they can't look at the card. That's the problem. They cannot look at the card at all. Yes, it's a nice moment when it goes through, when it works. But again, there's ways of doing that without actually needing to use a gimmick. And when it does go through, it is so visual that you want to kind of go, well, let me look at that card, and you can't. So it's decent for social media. I mean,
Can I just try something with the glass while you talk?
No. Afterwards.
I feel like there's something you can actually do with it to make it work.
Okay, well, we can play around with that later, okay? So
without the gimmick.
Okay, without the gimmick. Well, okay, well, we can workshop that a little bit later on.
Because I think I found a way.
Okay. Well, you know, it's just not very good, really. It's just not very good. There's ways of achieving this same thing. It's also not cheap. I think it's like 40 or 50 quid. So it's 40 or 50 quid for one gimmicked card that looks, you can't, it says it's examinable. No, you say show both sides after the effects. Yeah, you can show both sides, but you can't have people touch it or feel it. And I think they're going to want to do that when you do the
You can't
when you do the
clearly go
penetration.
look at this card and then turn it.
No, you can very briefly show it
Yeah,
both
you can-
sides
you
and then
can just,
kind of
like,
and then put it away. But they can't touch it, they can't feel it. They've got a few nice ideas with it where you put the coin on the card and it vanishes and you've already loaded a coin under the spectator's watch or something like that. But you know, it's saying the coin
How
can
can you
appear.
load?
They're saying the coin can appear anywhere. They're saying just have a duplicate coin and load it somewhere beforehand.
You can't load it under the spectator's watch, can you?
Haven't you ever seen me do coin under watch or card under watch?
No.
You have a lot to learn, Padawan.
How can it go under the watch without them realising?
I'll teach you, okay? Maybe we need to start teaching you how to do pickpocketing, and body loading,
Okay.
okay? Anyway, you know, and that's true.
Do you mean put-pocketing?
Yes. You can make it appear anywhere. That's true. But I mean, the problem is the vanish. It's just not a great. It's not. It solves a problem that doesn't
I've done
exist.
put-pocketing before at the House of Secrets. I did it on this guy with Dexter. I had a duplicate card. I put it in his back pocket, and I signed it the exact same one. I put it in his pocket, and then I had the duplicate. I writ it, and then I did like I folded it in like there, and I did like a false transfer, and it's gone. I said, look in your back pocket.
Okay, cool. There you go. So you've
done
already done
pickpocketing.
pickpocketing. Pickpocketing, yeah. Yeah, it's just not very good. It's
No.
just it solves a problem that doesn't exist. It's a gimmick that's overproduced. It's just not a great gimmick. It's going to no, I don't think
It's gonna die.
we're going to throw it in the bin
Yeah.
as soon as this is finished because it's just terrible. Are you going to do it on Instagram?
No.
It's an Instagram trick, actually. You could get it looking right for
After
Instagram.
about 50.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing with Instagram. You can take it many times as you want to until it looks good. So let's not break it until you've done it on Instagram. But it's, yeah, I'm going to give it, I don't know, 20% if you're an Instagram magician and you want to do a trick that just works on Instagram. That's fine. But this is totally not practical. And it's the equivalent of trying to swat a fly with a sledgehammer. You know, it's just not needed, really. 20% from me. What about you?
0.
0% from Ryland. He hates it. 0% from Ryland. 20% from me. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have Emojination. Predict which emoji cards the spectator chooses. Self-working, no skill required. What you have here is basically an ESP matchup routine using emoji cards instead of ESP cards.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't like using ESP cards, and I totally understand that. I don't use ESP cards a lot of the time. If you see my product playlist, I try to approach this as well in a slightly different way by using music cards. I do agree. I think that unless you're a hardcore mentalism style performer, there's better ways of doing it than ESP cards. And what this company has done is they've put together emoji cards, nice big jumbo-sized emoji cards that are marked on the back in a very clever way. The marking system's really good.
See it.
Well, it allows you immediately.
I feel like it's that.
Yeah, it's to do with up there, but it's very good. It's very easy.
Because I think
That's
I saw
that's
one
a
of-
heart.
that's the one I saw.
Yeah, that's a smiley face or winky face. There you go. It's really easy. That's the hand. That's the money. You know, it's very easy system to learn.
That was the poop.
Yeah, but I'm going to run a performance for you so you can see exactly what it looks like, and then we'll just wrap it up quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, right. I've got 10 cards.
Yeah.
Now they've actually got emojis on the other side. I've got a heart. I've got a winky face. I've got some money. I've got a thumbs up, and I've got a boop.
Yeah.
And it's the same on both sides. So which packet would you like? That one or that one?
That one.
Okay. Take it, shuffle it. And I will shuffle mine. And just in case you think I'm doing something weird, we'll switch packets for a second. And we'll shuffle each other's packets. And then we can have them back. Okay. So I'm going to make a prediction. I'm always going to put my card down first. Don't let me see what you're doing. This is my prediction. So, which one do you want to put down? Don't let me see. And put one down right there. Okay, that one right there. You sure?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for another card now. I'm going to make my prediction. You do yours. Okay. Are you happy with that one?
Yeah.
I'm going to make another prediction here. You go again. Okay, so that leaves 2. You got 2, I've got 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to put another one down right now.
Should I go?
Yeah, go for it, yeah. And I'm going to put my final prediction down and you put your final one down. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Now think about this for a minute. Square up your cards for me so they're nice and squared. That's great. And think about this. You put yours down, I put mine down.
Yeah.
I didn't influence you. And I always put my card down first, didn't I?
Yeah.
Then you put your card down.
Yeah.
Don't change the order. Let's see how we did. So first of all, on 3, we'll turn the top card over each. 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Now that could have been a fluke. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Looks like I am psychic. So that's the routine. I mean, they're written instructions. There's a link to a video as well. But I mean, anybody who's worked ESP cards before and done matchup style routines, this is similar to a lot of different matchup routines that have been out and about before. It reminds me a little bit of Michael Murray's. There's differences, obviously, but it reminds me a little bit of Michael Murray's. It's the classic ESP matchup, one ahead, marked card principle that a lot of people do. My friend Nemid, your friend Nemid, he is obsessed with this plot, so I imagine he'll love this. But yeah, I mean, if emojis are current, they're up to date. These cards are really well made.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
I know you do. These cards are really
My
well
best
made.
friend.
They're plastic, so they're going to last a long time.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
Oh, behave. But yeah, I mean, they're small enough to fit into a jacket pocket, but big enough that you could do it on a big table. So, you know, if you like the routine, the point is, if you like the routine, the cards are well made. They're a good quality. The marking system is very, very good as well. The routine is well described and well taught. You could probably, if you're an ESP guy, or if you've got ESP matchup routines of your own, you could absolutely apply these cards to those routines. So if you've got something you already do and you like the idea of using emoji cards, you could absolutely apply this to that. It's nice. If you like the performance, or if you like the idea of doing something with ESP cards, but instead of ESP cards using emojis, then this is for you. I'm not going to do this, personally. This is not something I'm going to do.
90%.
I'm going to do 79%. I'm not going to do this. Doesn't mean it's not good. It's a good product. It's just, I know it's something I'm not going to do. You, however, emojis would absolutely suit you, so you can have this. That's yours. So it's 90% from Ryland. It's 79% from me. It's a good product. It's just make sure it's for you before you buy it. Anyway, we're now going to go into the final trick. Okay, so final routine that we've got today is NS by N2G. And a couple of weeks ago, we ripped into N2G because of their ECC routine that they didn't credit Dean Dill for. Anybody who knows N2G, anybody who's seen an N2G product, anybody who's watched us review N2G knows that we get very, very frustrated with their terrible, crappy tutorials. Well, this is just as bad. The tutorial is 7 minutes long, so it's got a little bit more substance than ECC. It's 7 minutes long. It's shot in what looks like a hotel room overlooking a city. It's not set up as a studio at all, and they very, very briefly, with terrible music in the background, try to explain how this works. I mean, as it stands,
Can you explain what the music's like?
No, I'm just not. What this is, I think we can be very open about this because the ad copy in the tutorial very much explains what you're getting here. What you're getting, in essence, is an arm strap, and you're getting a...
It's on.
Yeah, no, it's on. Yeah, I can see it's on. So what you're getting is 2 items here. Now, the first item...
3.
3 items. This goes onto your arm, and then this goes onto your arm.
That one doesn't.
Sorry, that's... Yeah. This one goes onto your arm. No, this... Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. So this... Sorry. So this one goes onto your arm. This... And basically, it allows you to activate it with your arm like this. And then this will have 4 sounds that when you press it, you can activate those 4 sounds. So if you're doing a coins to glass or a coins to cup, you can get...
I'm just telling you beforehand, it hurt your arm.
Yeah, you've been in agony with this, haven't you? So you can press it and you get different sounds, and by
just don't hold it next to your ear. I tried that. It hurts a lot.
You can make it sound like that you're shaking something like that.
Which one's the long one?
It doesn't matter.
Or is there only three?
There's four. Let's talk about, let's do a performance first of all, very quickly. So we're going to do a performance of this so you can see exactly what it looks like. Then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how magicians make money. I've got an empty cup here, so this is how magicians make money. That's coin number 1. That's coin number 2. That's coin number 3. Coin number 4. And finally, we have coin number 5. So we've got all these coins, as you can see. But when I snap, I can now show the cup as empty.
Okay, so that was a performance, and it was absolutely fine, and you did this on Instagram and everything. There's a few major problems with this. The first major problem is it is very uncomfortable. The second major problem is they suggest that you have it on this arm strap, and then the thing that makes the sound is actually kind of more towards your belt buckle. Which is fine, but in an environment where it's quite noisy, like a corporate event or a restaurant, you probably won't be able to hear this sound very well.
Literally put it right next to the ear, but it'll
exactly.
It kills.
So you need.
I'm telling you, I like putting things next to my ear.
Okay, we
Trust
get
me,
it.
don't do it.
Okay, for God's sake, shut up. Right, we got it. Right, okay. But the main problem is, it was being activated every 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like Ryland was, we thought, right, okay, how practical is this going to be? Because if it's super practical, maybe it's something that you consider if it's practical. But there's no way to switch this thing off, really, without taking this out and switching it up. There's no way to do it. So you're stuck with this on your arm. So when you're doing any other routine that involves this action, which are a lot of different routines, you're just randomly getting sounds appear out of nowhere.
I'm shuffling cards.
Yeah, you're just going to get sounds appear. So it's just not practical. It's not well thought out.
Look at another hand
needed... Yeah, exactly. You needed some sort of thing where you could switch it off in between performances without having to take your top off and actually adjust the thing. Like, it's just not practical at all. So there's limitations when it comes to where you can perform it. Also, although it does sound like a coin dropping in a cup, I think there's something artificial about it. I don't think it sounds perfect. I've seen versions of things like this that sound better. So I think they could have thought it through a little bit better. Maybe if they'd gone in on the tutorial about how to make it more practical, then maybe I'd change my mind. But the fact is, it's your typical N2G tutorial, which is like 7 minutes long in a hotel room. So as it stands, we've got them explaining 2 very substandard routines, one of which Ryland performed. We're doing explaining 2 substandard routines, and they're not giving you any advice on how to actually use this and make it practical. And
we were going to smash this with the hammer, but we can't find the hammer anywhere.
We can't find the hammer, but
we think a builder took it.
But this is just terrible. This is another crappy N2G product that's not very good at all, which is why we're giving it minus 100%, or at least I'm giving it minus 100%. What are you giving it?
Yep.
Minus 100 as well. Yeah. So it's minus 100 for me and for him.
Trick.
It's a terrible trick. I don't know where you do this. It's not practical. I did a video on the channel a little while ago about magic companies and creators bringing out brain farts. This is a perfect example of a brain fart. This is a perfect example of a trick that's not been well thought out. It's not been thought out. If anybody at N2G had worked this in the real world, they would realise very quickly the problems that are inherent with this trick. And then they could have either fixed them or pulled it from the market. As it is, they've had this brain fart of an idea and they've gone up into a little hotel room to film it and just put a couple of crappy routines together for it that they're ultimately just going to rip people off with. Nobody's going to use this. It's going to go in the bottom drawer. It's going to stay in the bottom drawer and it's never going to come out the bottom drawer because... Oh, shut up. Because this is absolutely terrible. Not only is it terrible, it's offensive. Why are there no live performances? Why did they not venture out of their hotel room? Because this doesn't work in the real world. You're going to walk up to people and say, right, okay, how's this work? Remind me. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? So I don't even know anymore. That's the one. So you're going to walk up to people and you go, hi, my name's Craig. Hi, my name's Craig, I'm the magician, how are you doing? And it's just going to make noises all the time. And people are going to be like, why are all these... It's just absolutely terrible. It gets minus 100%. I wish NTG would stop. Put your fingers in your ears. I wish NTG would stop bringing out absolute, complete, and total crap. So there you go. That is another. Oh no, it's you, isn't it? Go quick.
And that's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag.
Yeah, we've just been told by your mum we've got to go and get ready for the Illusion Show.
So,
That is another Illusion Show in the bag. Thank you very much for watching. Follow him on Instagram. Follow me on YouTube. Go check out the Net Tricks. We'll be back again next Wednesday with another Craig and Ryland review show. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thank you so much for watching us here on Magic TV. We'll see you again soon. I'm Craig.
I'm running.
See you again. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.